two. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. When the school hoops and we're back for more. More guests and topics to explore. School upstairs, school upstairs. Welcome back to the S.U.S podcast.
You're both Candymag rookies. Like you were both part of the 2020 batch. And like we have no idea. Is that still like going on until now or
I think there are different batches kasi. Like we're batch 3 and I think
yeah.
now they're in batch 4.
Yeah, but then batch 4 yata is like 2-year
2
contract.
years. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was actually so sad because our contract like started November, and then what's this
It was
March?
1 year eh. Yeah.
Pandemic.
And then
Pandemic.
biglang pandemic. So like all of the events we already had them planned. Like all of the
Yeah.
events we were supposed to go to, they were all either moved or cancelled or like super hirap. Like everything was at home. So every time we had projects, it's like we can't even see each other. Like me and Soph only saw each other like twice.
Yeah, ever.
Twice. But then
Twice.
yeah. It was only 2 times. But then,
I like saying the opportunities because of the pandemic. Like
Yeah, that's
we
limited.
didn't get to attend events
I
because
know.
of the pandemic. So all we did was post stuff.
Yeah. It was so hard. Especially know that one big event like Adidas yata.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
the one.
Biglang they announced it like we already shopped for outfits and then biglang it's cancelled. I was like, oh, so sad.
That's so hassle
Pandemic.
though.
No, that's so sayang.
I know.
Everything took a hit talaga.
Yeah. And I
You guys
think
were like robbed off the experience.
super. And like imagine the channels we could have had. Like we
Yeah.
could have without the experiences and the events. Because like
Mhm.
from past Candy Rookies, like when we had orientation or like when we had like the shoot something, they talked to us and they were like, it's gonna be like there's so much opportunities, you're gonna meet so much new people. And we were so excited. And then biglang wala.
Yeah, and recently I joined a parang live stream of like old Candy Rookies, and then they were talking about events before, how it was so fun. They'd have like shoots 2 days in a row, ganon. And then our batch is just like,
What's
we
that?
didn't get to experience
Oh.
that.
But yun,
Wow.
yeah, so sad. But our batch actually got super close because of the like from
The
the
group
part
chat.
yeah and then the group chat. It's like
Yeah.
everything in social media. We don't really get to see each other, so like wala, puro chat lang. But
Yeah. Internet friends.
yeah,
Wala, that's the way to meet people now. Yeah. That's really the only way to
Yeah.
meet girls.
yeah,
I mean, for me, it's still a great experience, even though I wasn't able to do things like in real life. I mean, in real life, labo, but like not like
In person,
physically,
yeah.
like not in
Yeah.
person. I did everything at home, so it's still a great experience because like we got to work with different brands, like mga smart chat time like that. So
Wow.
it made me learn like time management and professionalism because like you're working with a brand na it's legit. It's not just like a group work for school that you can like not give it like your super best. This one is like it only comes once in your life. Like I don't think a brand is gonna choose you again or something unless sobrang big person ka na or what. That's why it's like you always have to do your best and be like super professional. So that's like what I learned from being a candy rookie. And besides working with brands, I also got to meet like new people, like the people in our batch, and also like the bosses that we had since they changed like 6 times. We
Lot
got
of
to meet
connections.
6 different bosses, and then
different
yeah,
handlers.
yeah, different people all the time.
Themselves in the group chat, you're like, oh, bago na naman.
Bago na naman all the time. Like kahit pandemic, bago na naman yung boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then yeah, it's fun and it's nice that I got to meet new people. And like Richie, it's so galing that you got both of us because he's
Yeah.
actually the candy rookie that I'm closest to. So
Aw.
it's perfect that it's us here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's destiny talaga, no?
the
I
ways
mean-
that they keep reuniting with each
Yeah.
other. First photo,
Yeah.
then they're rookies together, then they're on a podcast together. What's next? The
Yeah.
possibilities.
Any more firsts to come?
Many more first to come, for sure.
That's why when I first heard about it, I was like, okay, pwede naman. And then when I saw, like, when my friend told me that I'm gonna be with Sophie, and I was like, okay, MG, like, on MG. Because I think,
Matic.
yeah, it's her and Ara who I'm super close to. Like, I talk to them almost everyday basis, right? And
Mhm.
it's not just like our friendship went from. I think that's the beauty in it, like working online, and we don't really get to communicate with each other, in person. The more we talk online,
Mhm.
so like, kunyari, even the smallest things, like, siguro the adjustment period of like the smallest things na parang soft, like I need help, like how do I do this project well, or like kunyari we don't get something. It's like teamwork. That's why we also have like a group chat without the without the manager. It's just us rookies. And then that's where we help each other. It's like we're so open with each other because we all have this one goal. Like it's all us being people, like influencers, as I may say it. It's like we all want the same thing to happen, and that's to do our job well. Because like, of course, when you have something, diba, you want to do it well. So yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like
Mismo.
like a family, and it's like instant connections. Like, wala, yun. It was fun. It was fun.
It's so nice, but to be able to have that close of a connection, considering that like majority of your bonding has been done through a
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah, online.
Yeah. Like parang you guys are like best friends talaga that have been close
That's
for
so
like
true.
years. And to think that like that's why I think in terms of like looking at the pandemic in like a positive like way, it really did like bring out a lot in people and help people get closer to each other.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have
'Cause-
happened had we not been locked at home, diba?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
because when
Or
you
we live. Ano. Sige, go ahead, Bea.
like
Ladies
right
first.
now, you really you really go the extra mile to reach out to someone.
it's true. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing that, we're in a technological age, diba? So imagine if we all didn't know how to operate Zoom, or we all
Yeah.
didn't know how to make a group chat or whatever. So
Write
even before like
letters.
yeah, like even before the
Snail
pandemic
Oh
mail.
my
naman,
gosh.
we utilize technology, diba?
Yeah.
But especially now in the pandemic, at least we have technology to kind of keep in touch with people, make connections. Yeah. So
So true.
solid naman, solid to hear that you guys kind of like
Make
work your
that
way through
connection.
it.
Yeah.
Very, very admirable then. Yeah.
True though.
Aww.
Internet friends are forever.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
people kasi who get awkward when it comes to like reaching out on like, even if it's behind the screen. Like
Yeah.
parang they don't feel obligated naman to message. So like why will they? And then the friendships kind of just drift, diba?
Yeah.
It's like it's
Well,
good
I
that you guys like stayed close.
True though.
Yeah, I think it's because we're super similar talaga. Like we relate to so much.
Yeah. Like
And-
every time we say something, it's always me too because it's really the same. Like our opinions are the same. It doesn't like we don't clash kasi.
Yeah. And like kunyari, I need advice. Like she's always there. Like super.
Her also, and she gives such good advice.
Thank you.
Future teacher talaga.
Yeah.
No, but then I only say that because like, what's this? Me and Soft, like, yun yeah, we don't clash, and like our mindsets are super same. So like, I know like sometimes we relate to each other. Like we go through the same things. That's why it's super easy for me to give advice also. Cause like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Been there, done that, like that.
I don't share. Like even though just kahit 2 times pa lang kami nag-meet in person, it's like I've known her my whole life.
Yeah.
Even other people would say na parang, oh really, you didn't know Soft, like you didn't know Soft like before Candymag. Like no, it's just
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
like super.
Yeah, retweet. Exact.
They know what they think. Pink.
Same.
Pink.
Yeah.
Pink.
Yeah, but that's so nice talaga. Like the friendships
Yeah.
that you make during this time, it's something special.
Can you tell us what has it been like and what was the experience balancing all these stuff together at the same time?
Okay, for me, it's actually so fun because I'm passionate about it and I really enjoy what I'm doing. So it's not like hard to balance these things because it's like me living my dream.
Mhm.
Because you know how it's kind of connected to being like showbiz. It's like not being showbiz, that's bad, but like being like in the entertainment
Yeah.
industry. Because like
Yeah,
TikTok, you entertain people, you create those mga nonsense stuff
that's
because
so
you want
true.
to enjoy and have fun, spread good vibes like that. So that's mainly why I make TikToks because it's something I really enjoy doing. I don't do it because I feel like I'm obliged to do so. Because I know some people who are like parang super stressed anong ko-content nila. But no, like for me, I think you should just like make it flow naturally. Just be you, like be
That's so
authentic, show
true.
who you are. You shouldn't
Yeah.
force things to happen. Wala, for
Mismo,
me,
mismo.
it's just
Mm.
like fun. And then for what you said about like working with brands, like having endorsements, I'm just like super grateful for all the brands that actually like believed in me because that's where it starts when people believe in you mas ganda ng loob ng content creator because they're gonna be like, oh, someone believes in me, then they'll be touched and then they'll be confident. So, or maybe that's just me. But yeah, that's how I am. And then I feel like when these brands contact me, it's like always like one tiny step closer to my dreams because it's like another person that believed in me and chose me because like among all the people who are super good at content creating or actually have a really big pull or following, I'm like touched na parang, oh, me, really? So like that. And then I don't see kasi these things as work because I see it lang as me enjoying it. And then if they
Mm.
pay me, then that's like the bonus na lang. I'm not the type to I mean, I don't know if I'll say this na lang. But like yeah, I'm not the type to like say no agad if there's no pay. Like I'm not mabilang with those things because it's me enjoying it. It's not me doing it for the money. So that's my mindset about it because I also know some people who do it for like the money and all. But like yeah, I get it naman that we should be paid for all the stuff that we do because it's effort din naman. But wala, I enjoy it. I feel like I enjoy it too much to the point na minsan it's bad na that I don't think of the money anymore. So yun, but balancing it isn't really hard for me because I'm a very chill person. Like also when it comes to my academics and all, I'm not the type to like super cram in the end or like worry na parang halang daming gagawin. Because ever since I was in Poveda pa lang in high school, I would always space things out when I do my homework. Like I do it advanced para I'm like chill na lang. So like now also in Ateneo, I know like this online class thing, like we have too much stuff to do compared to how it was like back in like face-to-face classes. So instead like with my time management, I just wake up earlier because I figured out that I'm productive in the morning and I usually start my morning with a TikTok. Wow, yun yung productivity.
That's
Because
the
the lighting
motivation.
is
Like I'm gonna
nice.
shoot
Yeah.
The lighting's
something.
nice.
So every morning.
Yeah, so that's when I shoot my TikToks when I wake up. Like right when I wake up. I open the
Fire up
blinds and
ng
then my
window.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. So yeah, time management. I just make sure to do things in advance so that
Mhm.
I don't have to cram stuff in the end. And now also besides TikTok and besides academics, I also have two internships. So I make sure that I balance all of those properly.
Wow.
That's a
And
lot of stuff. That's so
yeah, for me
impressive.
it's
Yeah.
Oh my
fun.
gosh.
So,
Huh?
You're doing internships, huh?
Yeah, I have one with Happy Skin and one with an app, Slip.
Oh,
That's so good.
The girl,
I
this
know.
girl.
She's
Galing the
striving.
way you balance
respect.
everything. I
Yeah.
know.
Saludo.
I couldn't even do just college. I was like,
Same.
Bro, this is so awesome. Like, good for you, Sophia. Like,
yeah,
all
Thank
about
that's
the
you.
that's the way
passion.
to do it. That's the way to do it. Like finding
Yeah.
the time management properly.
Mhm.
I think for me, like soft, like I don't really see it as a job. Cause like ever since before, even when I'm not getting paid, or like even when I'm not getting projects, it's like my social media presence is always going to be authentic. Like it's always just going to be me, like what I like, what I want to give out, or like what I want to say to people. Because like you what I realized, like having a social media following, like even like it doesn't matter if you have people a big number of people following you, or like small amount of people following you. It's just like you will always have an audience. Like social media or in real life, you always have an audience, and like the most important thing is to be authentic with yourself, because like no one can be um no one can be a better you than you, diba? So
I
like
like that.
So true. I like that.
diba? So like um I think that's what's most important, is that like that's the pinaka big thing I learned, or like na I realized, is that like you have to be super secure about yourself, because like when you influence other people, like I mean everyone influences everyone. It's like everyone has their own like advocacies, everyone teaches, because like we learn from each other, diba? So like it's important that you're super secure with yourself, that you learn from it, but you don't drift away from who you really are. So like wow.
Wow, so
Wow.
deep. Love that. I love that.
But then
Quote
yeah,
unquote quote.
I don't know. But siguro with all the things na ano, I don't count it like as my top priority. Because like with ACADS, I'm almost thesis, and like for the past siguro this, especially this year, um I really put my focus on ACADS na. Because like before it was, I mean, there were time. Okay, let's be honest. Like there was a time I wasn't in my best mental health. And that was like a year ago. So like that's actually how I learned how important it is, like to separate, to put your priorities straight. Like it's not just social media. It's just it has to be ACADS, or like if you have businesses. Like I have two businesses with my siblings. I have Marcelo, shout out. Oh my gosh, please follow Marcelo.studios. It's a clothing brand, and Cooking ng Ina. Manila. But yeah, I realized how important it is to like know your priorities talaga. Like I had to like put my mindset had to be like, oh, I want to fulfill my dream, or like I want my businesses to grow, or like I want to be I want to be an honor student. So like I had to sacrifice a lot of things, and that's one thing you have to realize, because like you can't get lost in your journey, diba? So yeah, you just have to know what you want talaga.
I super
And
like how you
yeah,
said something about mental health, because I feel like mental health is often overlooked, especially in the whole media environment. Because I feel like it's more mental than it is physical.
that is so true. Honestly, I don't know, cause like for me, growing up, diba, us growing up, we saw Disney Channel stars, diba? Okay, let's just say Disney Channel stars, or like the Kardashians, or like these picture perfect people.
Yeah.
But when we think of it, like everyone is different, diba? Like we can't expect ourselves to be like that when God didn't make us like that. Diba? It's like we have to love ourselves how we are, and like we have to. Why are you smiling, Sof? I'm getting kilig.
Diba, good advice nga lagi.
Yeah.
Words of wisdom all the time.
Yeah, but then like we have to learn how to love ourselves, because like who's gonna love us if we don't love ourselves? Like
That's so
how are we
true.
gonna like,
Wow.
how are we gonna give something if we don't give it to ourselves first? Because if we give it all to other people, like you're gonna get drained, and then you're gonna
What's
lose
left?
yourself.
Yeah.
That's
Diba?
so true.
Yeah.
Like from what you said, like I read this book and it super moved me. Like the first chapter, it said there, you have to be good to yourself first before you could be good to others.
Exactly.
And like when you're coming from a place of love and like if you're coming from a place of love, it's so easy to see the world in a much brighter light as compared if you don't love yourself. Wow, mental health.
Wow, I love
Mhm.
this.
Oh my
Yo,
god.
yo, I'm a psych major in college. I mean, I graduated now, and like it warms my heart so much to hear you guys talk about like mental health. It's really important, talaga.
True.
Yeah. No, I think it's also important because like from volleyball, I was in the volleyball team of DLSU for at least a year and how many months, and like their following is pretty big. I won't say mine. It's not my following. It's not um specifically mine, but it's like the team because like DLSU volleyball team champion with Coach Emil and like all of the volleyball superstars of UAP. So like I've had some young girls, like super young girls, and like for me, like as an aspiring like teacher, like it's so good to have an influence on those young children because like I know that they look up to me, like in a way, like they look up to my team because like a team champion, diba? And it's like it came to a point where because I respond to the people what's this who message like kunyari, like they just say hi or like sometimes like they're super cute pa nga. Like they're gonna send like super long messages of like hi, I hope your day was good or like basta like I think that's actually like the most like my favorite thing about it, like realizing that I have a voice to what's this to influence other people or like because that's what makes me happy, like the thing that makes me happy is like when I make other people happy or like when I make someone smile, like that's my goal
Exactly.
every
That
single day,
Yeah,
right?
like that's been my dream. Like when I was younger, like that's the reason why I want to be in the showbiz like industry or something because I want to inspire others. I want to make others happy and make people smile. So same with Richie also. I'm always like super flattered and super touched na when I receive those direct messages from these like young girls nga who super like oh ate blah 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 like I'm so like oh my god, you're a real person and you look up
Right?
to me, you're a real person like I'm like, oh my gosh, is this real? And also like when I sold some of my clothes, like my pre-loved clothes, and then somebody said, like, ate, noon pa kita follow. Like, oh my gosh, really?
It's
Basta
like
those small things are actually super big in my opinion to like
yeah,
us.
yeah, and like oh my gosh, there was a time in when I was in volleyball pa, like we'd get like small gifts, like even like chocolate or something. And there was one time, this one girl, her name, oh my gosh, I forgot her name. Her name was Roxanne. And then she was like, Ate, I made a fan page for you. And I was like, oh my god,
Oh
I'm not.
gosh.
Oh,
Oh,
that's when
that's
you
so
know.
sweet. Yeah, you
That's when
made
you
it.
know.
I mean, it's not big. It's not big at all. Please lang. Like, wala pa akong napapatunayan.
Wow.
I was
Ako
not,
lang to.
I was just nasa team, but then like wala pa talaga, like my senior sige, but then like it touched my heart because like I saw their support. Like that's one thing my seniors told me na when someone likes you, it's not just about like your physical looks. It's not just about your no. It's really about your personality. Because like when I got to
That's so
connect
true.
with some of these girls, they would talk to me they'd show me like ate when you told me like to study well, and then they showed me the report cards, and then like they were getting like perfect grades, and then
Cute.
dude, I
So
cried.
cute.
I cried talaga, and then she was like, ate, you inspire me, and then I was like, oh my gosh, wait lang.
Oh my
Yeah,
That's so cute.
yeah.
Aw,
Like
or
love that for you.
like
yeah.
when they have problems or like when like sometimes they cry pa or like they send me like selfies or like and then of course like who am I to like ignore them, diba? Like I feel like every encounter you have with someone is a blessing from God because like you have to know your purpose in this world. Oh my gosh, I'm so daldal. But
That's okay.
Oh, this is so like
Oh, yeah.
heartwarming. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
because
Like
okay, where was I? It's like a blessing from God, diba? Like you have to know your purpose. And for me, like growing up Christian or like growing up super religious, like under God's influence, it's like my parents taught me na every time you talk to someone, every time you have this influence on them. Like there's always like an image or like something you can offer. And like for me, like my parents told me na if you can be of help to someone, like why don't you be like why don't you make them smile? Like that's like why can't you be the reason for them to be happy? So like even the smallest things, like you have to appreciate those things. Cause like I don't know. I'm so touchy tuloy today. I'm so emotional today.
It's all right. Treat people with kindness.
That's Harry Styles' motto. Oh my
Yeah.
god. I got kilig eh. Kasi he's my crush talaga. Take every opportunity to be nice to someone. Oh my
Exactly.
gosh.
That's such a, oh my gosh, like the
That's such
impact that
a,
you're making
yeah.
on these people, like that's the purest definition of influencing. Like actually, it's not even
Mhm.
influencing anymore. That's like pure inspiration.
Exactly.
That's like,
No, but then even like I don't know. I wouldn't say my following is big. Like it's really not. But then for me, what's important is that like even kahit 2 people, kahit 3 people, it's like it's really how much you help them. It's like they
yeah,
don't
for sure.
the smallest things. Like, yay!
Exactly.
Ibang klase talaga these two.
Yeah.
Dude,
Girls,
bro.
grabe.
No, it's just
Grabe.
super heartwarming talaga. Like it makes me happy, honestly. I know Soft also feels the same exact way.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
So, okay, so for me, you should really let things flow naturally. You should have fun with what you're doing. Like, first of all, you shouldn't buy followers, okay? Because I know so many people who bought followers. Like, all
Oh,
of a sudden, like, I checked their page yesterday. Their followers are like 7,000, and then the next day it's 11,000, and they didn't even do anything overnight. That's why I'm like, oh my gosh, please don't fake it. Like, things let things flow naturally, because brands will also see that, and like, who are you fooling? You're fooling yourself and other people. So don't do that. Don't force things to happen if it's not there. And also, like, if you see like, if their follower count is so big and then their likes are 2 digits only, mapapaisip ka na parang 11,000 pero 80 lang. Parang, huh? Like, I'm not saying that I'm judging small likes. I'm just saying to be real, because that's so important. You have to be real. You can't be fake in this industry, or I don't know how you call it. Was like that. So you don't fool people, you be yourself. And then also, when you work with different brands or like different people, when messaging with them, you communicate properly and you get the job done properly. You don't be petics. You don't be too relaxed about it that you'll forget about it or make it baboy. You always do your best with everything that you do and treat it like it's your last all the time, so that the outcome will be nice. Because it's also seen naman eh, if you're pilit lang to do something, or if you really wanted to do it, like if you enjoyed it, it's kita in the outcome. Sorry, I'm so Taglish. And also, don't be don't be mabilang. Yes, Taglish na naman. Don't be mabilang. Like, you enjoy it and you do your best for everything. Like, wag yung Tarush. Do not.
So,
Like, don't just accept only if there's money. Like, explore new things. You'll learn even if you just get X deals. You'll learn even if you just get PR packages, because it's part of the process. You can't just be big overnight that your first or your second, you'll need pay right away. Because I know the effort is hard, or like the effort is so much sometimes, but wala. Like, you have to make these sacrifices to be able to reach like bigger things in the future. So like, konting tiis lang, like no pain, no gain, something like that. And then you should, this is something that I've been living by like since 2016. Because I had this like, this is the event that changed my life, honestly, when I won the Ami Song meet and greet thing. Ami Song's a blogger. He's like half Korean, half American, something like that. I won the meet and greet in SM Makati. Basta she's from abroad and then she came here. So that one talaga changed my life because imagine there were like hundreds of people who applied to meet her and I was the chosen one. So I was like, what are the odds? Like, oh my gosh, it's meant. And all I did during that time was pray. Like, honestly, that's all I did. Because I was like, I never lost hope, but I never imagined to be the chosen one. Kaya I just kept praying, praying. So I had faith. So ever since that day when I was the chosen one, it's been something that I always lived by na prayer really heals everything, like all your ills, or prayer is really the answer to everything. And if you have faith, then you'll get everything in life. Like, not even everything, but like the stuff that are meant for you and the stuff that are good for you. If you're faithful to God, tuloy-tuloy na yung blessings sa'yo eh. So, that's the thing. You should always be grateful because God sees it. If you're grateful for the blessings that He gives you, then He's gonna shower you with more. Unlike if you don't even thank Him for it or if you don't show that you're grateful for it, while clapping emoji, then why would He continue to shower you with these blessings? So yan lang. And yan, faith, gratefulness, gratitude, mga like that. And you shouldn't forget about who's giving it to you, which is God nga, and you always thank Him for that. And also, magpakabait in life because God sees that also. You have to be kind also. Like, you don't be an inggitera to the other people. You don't be like jealous of everything. Like, if she has that brand, you think you have to get that brand, and then you're gonna message that brand. Like, please, that's a no. You don't message brand. You make those brands message you. You wait for it. You be patient. You just be an angel on your own. Like, you don't have to do all those efforts of reaching out. Like, it's gonna come. You just pray. You just be grateful like that. And yeah, you support one another. You support your friends because that's what's good and that's what's
Support
right.
your friends.
Yeah, that's it.
About like the reaching out thing, it's important also that you let them come because the brands who get you are the ones who see your worth. Because like if you reach out to them, it's like parang like you're asking for it. Like they're not really gonna put so much value into you. But when they reach out to you, it's like they want you to promote that brand. So yeah. But for me, if there was one thing I would say is to know your purpose. Like you have to be super stable in your purpose. Like what you want to portray, what you want to like for people to get from you. I think that's the most important thing. Because like if you don't have that, then everything will be lost. So that plus everything else soft set. It's like basically the same thing. It's super
It's
same.
literally the me too.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, and to add also to what Richie said, like you should also know who you are because who
Yeah.
you are will also reflect with like what brands you actually accept and decline because you don't really accept everything if it isn't in line with your purpose nga in life or who you are as a person. Because people need to believe in the brand for it to be, I mean, believe in you, na you believe in it for it to be an effective endorsement. If people see na it's not even aligned like your personality and the brand, then why would those people believe in the brand and buy those products? So yun.
Mhm.
Because that's what brands look for, I think. Authenticity. Like, how do you portray their brand? Because it's how they market things, right? It's how they become successful. So let's say Sophia is like super maglam, like makeup, fashion. So the people who are gonna go to her, like the brands she's gonna accept, are things that align with her image, because that's what's gonna be like successful. So yeah. But other than that, mental presence, mental peace. Oh my gosh, protect your peace.
Mental peace.
Protect your inner peace. Peace love.
Amen. Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Yeah. Because there will always be haters, diba? Or like people will
Yeah.
bring you down. So I don't know. Like that's the important thing. Like
Yeah.
learn how to love yourself and learn how to value the people who love you. Because like
Yeah.
Wow.
Amen.
Wow, that's so deep.
I know. I will.
focus on the positive. Focus on the people who support you and who are good for your mental peace. So yeah, that's all. no one can really bring you down. You have gods.
1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks for tuning in to our Screw Up Sesh. We'll see you again. Screw Up Sesh, Screw Up Sesh. Thanks for tuning in to our stupid podcast.